Astrum AI. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of AstrumAI TechTalks. Joining me today is, once again, one of my very favorite people in the whole wide world, Julien. Thank you so much. Our FinTech specialist who's been advising all of the viewers and listeners about how AI integration and AI solutions will play a big role in the financial tech world moving forward. Once again today, joining us from Switzerland all the way. How's everything going over there?
Hi, Atif. A great pleasure to be here again, and everything going well so far in Switzerland. I mean, very hot day, but a really good day.
It's great to have you. And today we have a really interesting conversation, something we've been talking about for over the week behind the scenes. We were talking about AI and AI integration that doesn't work or things that fail, right? And I'm just going to go in there with the first question that we've been kind of throwing around. Question number one for today: how can we tell if our AI projects are really feasible or create the solution that we expect it to? Are those AI projects that are available by competitors or other markets or Astrum itself? How can a company know that it will resolve the problem and it's not just an AI for the sake of having AI? Because now everything's AI integration, right? Let's put AI in this, let's put AI in that. But how can we ensure that the AI that we're utilizing or bringing into the framework and the model or the automation, that it is actually necessary?
Yeah, I think very good question. I think it's a crucial point to address. And here I would say if we have our listeners such as executive manager, I would say to have a structured approach, start by asking whether you have a clear business case and measurable business objectives. So meaning be clear about the goal, right? And how. Write down exactly what success looks like in one sentence. So meaning here, for example, use invoice processing time from 14 days to 6 days in the next 12 months. That could be a sentence you write down. Another point to address is to find a pain point, meaning by that, talk to the people who actually do the work. Ask them where the process is slow, frustrating, or error prone. Because AI should fix pain points, right? That they will deal with every day. And number three, I would also mention run a minimum viable data check here, meaning check if you have enough good data to start. And how you can do that, you look at what data you already have and whether it's complete and accurate. And if it's not, either focus on a smaller part of the problem or just choose a different one. And last but not least, ask, could you solve actually the problem without AI? Sometimes a simpler fix, like better processes, simple automation or rules can get you most of the benefits, right? And if it's not the case, just do the simple fix first and then add AI at a later stage. And so meaning here, if your project ticks all the boxes, now it's time to start your AI journey.
Julian, that's such a good answer. I mean, this is something that a lot of times I felt, and we've had this experience with clients and customers as well at Astrum AI, where we will, speak with them, have a proposal or have a meeting, a pain point meeting where we'll say, okay, what are the ailments? What are the issues that you're having within your company or your department regarding automation? And they'll say, look, we bought this product. I'm not going to name any product. I'm not going to name anyone, but we brought automation service or we bought this integrated service. And, we spent this much money and we've invested this much time. And because we've done that, now we're stuck with this product per se. The team isn't able to collaborate with it. It's not working really well. It's not doing what we expect it to do. There's a lot of bugs. The updates aren't on time. And the scale of our business as it grows, the product isn't scaling with them. There's no scalability. And this is a real issue, and this is something that, again, we talked about when I founded Astrum AI. This was one of the key points. It was about understanding what real world problems they are within business, within corporate, within fintech, and creating those real solutions, pragmatic solutions that really reach out instead of just making a general product. And, general products are there as long as they have the scalability as well. I really stand behind those. And we're bringing that at Astrum AI as well. However, the boutique specialization part that we do, that service that we offer, that's really going into each individual company, organization, meeting with the leadership, meeting with the tech team, and having our AI learn the previous framework methodology and the issues that they've encountered. And a lot of times that AI will identify the existing automation product that they have that isn't actually scalable or feasible for as the business's day-to-day running. And I think it's really interesting that that's something that people really need to think about.
No, very valid point.
And this brings me to my next question, because Julien, you're always that guy that's giving that advice. And I think here we need to make sure that we give the same advice to the CFO, the project manager, the CEO, whoever's watching this video, because we really want to inform and empower our listeners. And that question is, what should these companies or these individuals or these organizations focus on when it comes to AI? What can we do to avoid another public failure or a system failure? What steps can they take to ensure that this doesn't turn into another issue and is actually a solution?
I'm very glad you asked, because it's a very good question. I would answer like that. First of all, you really need to start small, but make it matter, meaning choose one specific task that is important enough to show clear results, but not so risky it could cause big problems if it fails, right? For example, automate extracting data from supplier invoices, but don't start with the entire financial system, just with a small pilot project. And then if it's successful, go on and scale up, right? And then you also need to consider to build a mixed team from the start. I would call it here a pizza team. So meaning have tech people on board, data scientists, machine learning engineer, right? And then add business experts, and also very important, actual end users in the same group, because it's very important they meet regularly and make decisions together. So like that, the AI actually solves the real problem, right? And also something to keep in mind, keep people in the loop for tricky cases. It's very important to have humans to check or override the AI when it's unsure. And this keeps trust high and helps meet legal and compliance rules. And I would say plan for how people will actually use it, because it's nice to have an AI product, but if nobody actually is using it, then you can consider it like a failure. And last but not least, decide in advance what success means and give the pilot a deadline. And let me maybe give you a last example. Here, you can say reduce average customer support response time from 12 hours to 4 hours within the next 60 days. And if you hit the goal, expand it. And if not, just stop and learn from it and move to a better idea. And that's how I would answer this question, and how you should proceed if you would like to avoid another big failure, right, for your company.
Great answer. Thank you so much for just a completely wonderful podcast once again. Thank you for your time. Julien, I really do appreciate everything that you bring to these podcasts, and I hope that everyone else will learn something from today's podcast. Once again, thank you everyone for listening in to our Tech Talk at AstrumAI. Remember, we're not a .com, we're a .tech. We're thinking about the future, and we're building it with you in mind. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye, Julien. Great stuff. Thanks so much.
Thanks. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Astrum AI.